What's happening, everybody? Thanks for joining Amazing Reviews as we review Amazing Race 35, Episode 7. Joining me tonight, we got Calbert. What's up, Calbert?
What's going on, everybody?
Also joining, as always, Goldberg. Goldberg, what's up?
Yo.
So how we doing, everyone? Doing good?
Doing good. I got something right off the bat. So I said somebody was going to get eliminated this week. I was right.
Yeah.
So, small little check mark for me.
It was kind of anticlimactic about them getting eliminated because we kind of all knew they were going to get eliminated within the first.
Did we all have them last this past week?
I did not.
I think I might have had them one spot ahead.
Yeah,
I had them last, so you guys are me.
Yeah, I had them seventh. So
yeah, I think I either had them at 8 or 7. So it was one or the other. So yeah, we all had them pretty much last.
Right.
So, and I don't think we're surprised there. I actually thought they had a good race. I thought they did better than projected.
They did. They did. That's true.
Well, they did. You mean overall?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
I did not. What were they? 7th or 8th? What
they took 8th place.
Yeah, it's a solid finish. Yeah. I had them dead last. So
yeah, I didn't have them going very far either.
They had one fourth place finish.
It's never good when Phil has to meet you prior to the finish line.
Yeah, the party was over before they even got there.
Yeah, we have not seen that, and I want to say a couple seasons at least.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
It's been a while since he's had to come out there.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. They should have made everybody wait and had them finish in the dark.
Phil was like, "Do you know what? Like, do you know what time it is?"
Yeah. Phil just berates them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been sitting out here for 10 hours waiting for you guys.
I literally had to take a cab to this portion of the race.
Actually, I was even thinking about the guy that had the clue for I'm sorry, not the clue, but the guy that had the money. Like, could you imagine how long he had to sit out there and wait for them?
Yeah. For Pete's sake, just give me the Don coins.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, jeez. That's got to be one of the worst runs I've seen, probably in 5 seasons or so.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Man, brutal. Just brutal. All right, so let's start going over this leg here. So at the start of this leg, teams were instructed to fly to Frankfurt, Germany. Once there, teams had to drive to Fahrerkob and exchange €5 for a bag of historical coins. Teams then continued on to Berg Rheinstein in order to find their next clue. So let's just talk about how hard it was for teams to get on the right ferry. Robin and Chelsea took the wrong ferry as well. At least not as bad as Milana, Andrea Milana, but wow, right. that was brutal. But you kind of had to know it though, because this was the first self-drive task we've had. It's a whole new ball game when you got to like navigate that far for yourself.
Right. Although it's hard for me to I mean, I agree with 95% of it, but like, there's also a big freaking sign. There were signs all over the place that said that like this is the place that you need to be. So I mean, you're right. And we knew that was going to come into play at some point, but there's a big freaking sign on the boat. So,
well, Milana said they like Milana, whatever her name is. She said they passed it 5 times.
Yeah.
So why didn't she speak up if she knew they were passing it 5 times?
That was my question when I heard her say that. I was like, why didn't you say something?
Yeah, that's just I didn't
This
even.
was that was the beginning of the end for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so how? All right, so how many kilometers is a mile, or how many miles is a kilometer? Because I'm really not sure. Should I ask Alexa right now? How many
Sure.
kilometers is it? Okay.
Sure.
You don't need to. It's 1.6.
There you go. 1.6.
There we go. 1.6.
Sorry.
1 mile is 1.6 kilometers.
That
Let's
works.
test it out. Ask Alexa.
Okay. Alexa, how many miles are in a kilometer?
1 kilometer is about 0.62 miles.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Did I ask the wrong question? Was I supposed to ask?
Yeah, you asked it the reverse.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Okay.
How many miles are in a kilometer?
Hey Alexa, how many kilometers are in a mile?
1 mile is about 1.61 kilometers.
There you go.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Dr. Google.
Yeah. So they were 29 kilometers away from the correct ferry. So
Right.
about what, give or take, like 24, 25 miles?
Right.
So how long were they driving? I got to know, because that was at the last point before they actually reached the correct ferry.
And
Yeah,
how many
they had
people-
to
They
they had to
asked,
have been driving for a long time.
and they asked a bunch. They asked a bunch of people too. Like, not even like, I'm not even saying like the guy that gave them the wrong coins to begin with, which he only gave them like the three coins to begin with. Like, they asked like 6 people, and each person said it's that, it's this way. I'm using my finger that you guys can't see. I'm pointing to the left. It's this way. It's this way. It's this way. So like, after the first person would have said that, and after I looked at it on their phone, I would have said, okay, we gotta go that way. Easy
Yeah.
peasy. All right, let's fix that.
Maybe after like the third person they've asked,
Yeah.
you kind of, maybe get it after a while, but
Right.
I guess not. Guess that's just a really bad day. And just chalk it up at that.
Right.
But
Right.
oh my goodness. That was pretty brutal. So all right. Anyways, then we had in this leg's first roadblock, one team member had to use a formula in order to give the equivalent of 5 groschen using Witten to a robber baron. Once done, racers gained entry into the castle, received their next clue, and rappelled back down to their partner. I was really, really impressed with Corey. Corey got it in like seconds. That was impressive.
Yeah, because the formula made absolutely no sense to me. I was, I would have done exactly what some of the teams did, which they were like, okay, I'm just going to throw some coins at this guy, and he's going to tell me whether or not I can go through or not.
Right, like process of elimination.
Process of elimination.
Only had so many coins, so
exactly right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that was Chelsea who did that.
Yep.
Not very impressive though, but still it got the job done.
Right.
But once they got that done, they hitched a ride off of Greg and John, they led them pretty quick to where they were supposed to go. So, I mean, kudos.
Hurls, are you not coming around on Robin and Chelsea even a little bit?
They're like a cockroach; they just won't die.
They really won't.
Are you high on Robin and Chelsea?
No. No, but I want to be.
I know. You like their story, but yeah.
But I mean, they've lasted. I thought they'd be a bottom 3 or 4 team. I mean, they've lasted way longer than I thought they would, and I mean, they're not even just lasting; they're like
they're doing well with
finishing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Who lasts longer in this race, Robin and Chelsea or your team?
Oh, my team's going to beat them.
Debatable.
I think there's a storyline that's being set up. I think they're pissing everyone off, and eventually they're just all going to team up on them, and it's gonna. I don't know. You do you think Robin and Chelsea are a Final 3 team?
No.
Okay, so you think they will get eliminated before the finale?
Absolutely.
Okay,
but I think your team will too. But I think your team will outlast Robin and Chelsea at this point. But Robin and Chelsea are really their competitiveness, man, it's impressing me.
don't you think they've caught some breaks, like a lot of breaks?
Sure, but that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I suppose.
But here's the down. I was going to say this part for my power meets, but I'll say it now, and I'll just repeat myself later. The problem with Robin and Chelsea is that they're going to eventually they're going to run out of time of of finishing like 6th or 5th or 7th. They're out of room. The runway is running out. Where Ashley and Todd have been consistent the entire time, and sure, it's been 5th most of it. It's enough for you to survive in advance and be a contender for possibly finishing in the top 3.
I think Robin and Chelsea's luck runs out in about 5th. I think that's where they're capped. I don't think they can finish possibly higher than 5th.
Would you put Robin and Chelsea ahead of Joel and Garrett?
Yeah, at this point I would. I think Joel and Garrett are a bottom 3 team at this point. Listen, it's the Amazing Race, so they could take a significant jump at any time, but
yeah,
it just takes one leg. All of a sudden, you're in the top 2 or top 3. But
we've already seen it. Yeah, we've already seen it this season. Yeah,
right. As of right now, with Joel and Garrett, not impressed. Your team has been better, Hurls, overall, no doubt.
Well, I mean, we'll get to them. They moved up 2 spots this week, but there was maybe some mistakes made. We can kind of discuss it when we get there, but can we just give props to the MVP of this episode? And that would be, hey, Steve, get your ass back here, I'm tired of talking to you. I'm stressed out. I can't take so much more.
Beautiful episode for Steve.
It was, yeah.
And apparently he can't apologize correctly. I didn't know that there was a correct way to apologize.
Oh, yeah.
Steve.
You shut your mouth, Emily. Get your ass back here.
I was shocked when he said that, to be honest. I thought they'd edit that out.
He was mad. He was getting mad.
I can't see the sign. I can't tell you if I can't see the sign.
Yeah, he gave it to her, man. She's been carrying.
She has. But Steve showed some emotion this week, and I kind of like that out of him. I'm glad we get to see Steve for another week, because it looks like this upcoming week he's got more in the bag of tricks.
Guys.
Oh, goodness gracious, that was gold.
See, but this is the thing. I'll be real quick with this, but I think these teams, Joel and Garrett, Steve and Anna Lee, your team, Robin and Chelsea, I think they're just those are the stragglers to me, and I think Greg and John, Corey and Rob are shoo-ins for the final 3. That's what I think, and I think the third team is a toss-up.
Yeah,
you got those 2 teams overall have been the top 2 teams.
Well, yeah, if we're going to the median average, sure. Rob and Corey, though, they've had some flags.
Oh, just one leg.
You know what? Let's say, okay, here, let me just read this, because we're gonna have to talk about it, because this is what I wanted to bring up. But after the first roadblock, teams had to drive to Cologne to find their next clue at the Gerzenich Kolm. Their teams had to take part in a Cologne carnival, with one team member pedaling a Hussar bicycle and the other throwing roses to the crowd before receiving their next clue. Then teams had to travel on foot to the Hohenzollernbrück in order to find their next clue. Carnival was kind of fun, I guess. That would have been a fun moment. But then in the next roadblock, team member who did not perform the previous roadblock had to find a love lock marked with an amazing race flag and unlock the combination with the numbers of the oldest cologne produced in Cologne in order to receive the next clue. Here's where I want to talk about Rob and Corey. What if my team doesn't help them? How would Rob have to write it down on like a paper to say like what he's trying to find out?
Yeah. Because that's exactly what would have happened. Because and that's what generally everybody had to do. Like there were times that like I'm thinking of sorry Goldberg, but I'm thinking of like Joel and Garrett who
They were terrible.
Who asked like, could you tell me what the oldest thing Cologne is, right? Because that was the combination code. So like if he doesn't ask that question and then he doesn't, I know he didn't write it down, but like, you know, somebody had to look that up for him. So, you know, I think Robin wrote it down at one point and then just said, screw it. I know the number, it's 4 numbers. You know, so sure. He probably would have wrote it down and said, like, can you tell me, you know, can I borrow your phone? Here's the question, or whatever. And that's, I mean, I don't think there was like any shenanigans going. Like it was just by happenstance that he happened to be standing behind, actually at that point.
Yeah,
because they were both trying to figure it out.
He obviously helped them too.
Yeah,
but this was a super tough test for basically everybody.
Oh yeah.
Unless you got lucky and found it right away.
I love this kind of challenge. Like I thought it was a great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who found it quick? Robin and Chelsea did, didn't they?
Yes, they found it. They found it like right. Well, yeah, they found it right away. Did they? Or did? Yeah,
fairly quickly. Because that's the thing. Like it wasn't necessarily like even Greg and John found it relatively quickly too. But like they had to same kind of deal. Okay, crap. What's the combination again? You know, type deal where. Like it was just like finding the Amazing Race logo looking red and yellow thing and not getting that confused with like something that looks like Spain. Which
but who was that? Which team? Somebody got it confused and thought they found it and they didn't.
Yeah, Greg.
Was it Greg and John?
Yeah, Greg and John's team did. Yeah.
Fake Hung and Chi would have still been looking for it.
And Victor, yeah.
But the good news for Joel and Garrett is like how many tasks are they going to do the needle in the haystack that are left, right? So maybe, and that seems to be Joel and Garrett's weakness.
But that's the thing, like we know that going in. Like I'm going to project a little bit, right? Let's just say say they make it to the final, and Goldberg is ecstatic that they make it to the final 3. But like we know that's a needle in a haystack type thing where like not only I'm not even saying like not even the memorization portion of it, but like, you know, sometimes you're trying to find something that's, you know, relatively small in a picture, you know, for example. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Could be interesting. And then to end the episode, this leg's detour was a choice just for kicks or matter of taste. And just for kicks, teams had to kick 4 soccer balls onto a large board and score exactly 66 points in order to reach their next clue. That's brutal. In matter of taste, teams had to sample 9 mustards, memorize their German names, and then identify 9 unmarked samples in order to receive their next clue. All right. So what are you doing here, Calbert?
So I'm actually doing I would do the dart soccer thing because of trying to remember all the words, which was relatively hard for some teams.
Yeah.
Like Robin and Chelsea struggled with it a little bit. so okay, it's kicking 4 soccer balls and getting exactly 66 points. Which once Rob and Corey figured it out, like, because they're dart players, they're like, okay, I can't put as much force behind it. Okay, that made a little bit more sense, but like, it totally made sense for Ashley and Todd to switch. But I'm doing the soccer because memorization and then trying to get. I mean, I know they're not sticklers for the exact pronunciation of the words, but
Right.
like after a while, mustard tastes the same. It's mustard.
I'm
So,
surprised teams did so well with that challenge for the most part.
yeah.
It
And then
seemed like Todd and Ashley got it first try. Greg and John seemed like they got it like 2 tries, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, maybe they didn't show us like how many these teams had, but
right.
It seemed like Robin and Chelsea kind of struggled with it the most. But that wasn't even that bad. Like 3 or 4 times.
Right. It was mostly just I'm trying to think. Was it one team had like trouble over the pronunciation of the word overall? I think it was.
Was it Steve and? No,
I think Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Being from Texas. That's right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It had a little bit of southern. Oh, that's your word. Had a little bit of southern twang to it.
Yeah.
So.
Goldberg, what are you picking here?
Yeah, I would definitely pick the soccer one.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, the mustard one turned out to be easier.
Right.
But I'm picking the sports one, no question. And it probably, if I was on the show, it probably would have cost me. Because, I mean, that was really hard to get the exact score.
Yeah.
Yep. Unless you're like really accurate with your kicking. I don't know. I probably would have picked just for kicks. I'm with you guys because 9 mustards and you got to memorize them. I don't know. I'm surprised that teams got it so fast. I would have thought that would have been tougher, but I don't know. They figured it out. I think though the best strategy would have just been divide the mustards. You take 5, I'll take 4. Right?
Yeah, which it didn't seem like they did that. It seemed like one person tasted it, and then the person that also tasted it guessed what it was. That was my interpretation of it. I mean, it didn't happen for every team, but like, oh, this is Hans and Franz. That's not really right, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. So.
Yeah, only Rob and Corey were able to finish the Just for Kicks detour, and Todd and Ashley had to switch after they kind of realized. Well, I mean, you heard Todd.
That's all on. Yeah, that was all. That's exactly right. That's all on Todd. That was all Todd's doing.
Yeah,
which
he probably listened to her because he she knew like I'm not gonna be able to do this, right?
And it's not like she was bad. She wasn't bad at it. It's just she had to be a little bit more precise with it. And the fact that 66 exactly, it's like playing 21. We've all played 21.
They evolved very fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She didn't really even try too much. But
even
him though, he wasn't really like getting it at first. I mean, I only had like 2 or 3 attempts, but
right.
But hey, I mean, if you're gonna switch detours, you got to switch quick, and they did.
Yeah.
So that made sense.
Right.
So then after the detour, teams had to check in at the pit stop, the Schokoladen Museum. So that was that. In the places, we had Greg and John taking first place again, back-to-back weeks. We had Robin and Chelsea taking second place. They moved up 6 spots from last week. Todd and Ashley taking third. They moved up 2 spots. We got Robin Corey falling 2 spots to 4th place. Steve and Anna Lee moved up 2 spots to 5th place. Morgan and Lena moved down to 2 spots. They're in 6th place. Joel and Garrett moved down 4 spots to 7th place. And getting eliminated, Andrea and Milena taking 8th place, not even getting to the mat. Brutal leg for them. They are eliminated. Are we gonna miss this team?
No.
Goldberg?
Oh, sorry.
No, I think Calbert answered that. Absolutely not. I mean,
they didn't really provide anything besides saying out of towners, right?
That's exactly right. That's what they're going to be known for.
Yep.
The only thing they provided was making it further than I thought they would.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Well, and good for them.
Yeah, Milena came up in my Facebook feed, and friends you may know, because I'm friends with a few of the past amazing racers, and like as soon as the next cast comes, they all become friends.
Yeah.
So then they like show up in my algorithm, like, oh, you may know this person.
The next cast?
Yeah, previous cast.
Yeah.
They like maybe I might show up in there if we're talking about the next cast.
Hey, oh well, we got news on that too. Got a couple news on that, so
we're going for it.
All right. I like it. We got to make the video.
Oh, we will.
All right. I'll follow your direction.
I'm in. I'm 100%. We'll talk about it at the end of the show.
Yeah. And that was the episode. So let's rate this episode. Calbert, what do you give this episode?
I'm giving it the highest one I've given so far, which is a 9.5. And the reason why I'm giving it so high is not only because of the detour themselves, but I like that lock challenge. That was a lot of fun. I liked looking at all the different types of locks and stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it an 8. I thought it was a pretty solid episode. I thought the detour was interesting. I thought the two, like, I guess, route infos were pretty good. The carnival was kind of fun.
Yeah.
The ferry drama was good. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. Goldberg, what you giving it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5. I did love, like Calbert said, I love the lock challenge. I thought that was really. I love the difficult ones where everyone struggles with it, basically. But
yeah,
the ending of the episode was so anticlimactic that it bumped it down a little bit for me.
Not for Joel and Garrett though.
Joel and Garrett, no, Joel and Garrett were surprised that they even made it through.
Right.
Yeah, they were.
But you know what? I'm not going to be, like I told you before the show started, I'm not going to be too down on them, only because all it takes is one episode, we reset, and bam, it evens out. They make a flight or something happens. You never know. So I'm not going to count them out yet.
Well, I agree with you. And the fact that they just struggle with those needle in the haystack challenges.
Which,
how many more of those are there going to be? I don't know. I don't think there's going to be that many more.
Which, given that, I mean, it was like trying to find the picture the week before, where like it had to match exactly with what you're. I'm sorry, not the week before, the 2 weeks ago, where it had to match exactly what you're looking at. So, trying to find a lock amongst hundreds and hundreds of locks, I didn't even know that there was an opposite side until Joel went over there. So, yeah, they were all just on one side. I mean, I don't know. I would have figured it would all just been on one side. They're just going to put it in different spots. And, I mean, one freaking lock looks like all of the other locks at certain points. So,
yeah, it all just kind of blends in.
Right.
I mean, if you're not, I mean, I'm sure like everything just blended in and you couldn't see any color difference after a while. So, yeah. But man, he was going so slow on that. All right. Let's do power rankings here. So we got 7 teams. Goldberg, why don't you start off the power rankings?
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna need 20. No, I think Calbert's got his straight. Let him go first. I gotta pull mine up real quick.
7, I got Morgan and Lena. They're they're the next team that I want. I mean, I originally wanted them to go on last week. They can be gone this week. That's fine with me. They're bickering between each other. It's just
we haven't really talked much about. We didn't really talk about them at all this episode, and they are really like hanging on by a thread.
They really are. They really are. That's why.
And one of them, I don't remember which one it was, but if we talked about a previous episode, one of them is definitely going to be their demise.
I think more. I think the older sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's always yelling at Lena. It seems like. Yeah, I agree. I they're my as of right now. I think they are my 7th place team. I just think they're one bad break from a meltdown.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you guys. I'm going to put them 7 too, Morgan and Lena.
So they do not have the cooler heads prevail attitude. So, all right. So Calbert, you started it off, I guess. So why don't you go 6?
6, I got Goldberg's team. I got Joel and Garrett. It's just because of where they finished this past week. And they're
quite a drop down for you from last week.
Yes, quite a drop down. Yes, I have them at 6.
Yeah, were they number 1 for you last week?
No, they were 2.
Okay.
Yeah, they were 2.
But they're alive, and that's
Yes.
all. That's all you need.
That's right.
You just need to be alive.
It's not hard. My power rankings aren't hard. There's no math roll involved. It's pretty much just surviving and advancing, and that's what they did. Like that's all I have to do. So Joe and Garrett at 6.
All right. My number 6 is actually going to be Steve and Anna Lee. As much as I love what Steve's doing lately, it's not really helping him that much. I disagree with where you got me ranked. I think we're just hitting our stride right now, and I think you should rate us a little higher, man. I'll kick your ass.
He's hitting his stride, like starring in the show goes.
Yes, it's good entertainment.
It is.
Yes,
entertainment wise, he may be number 1 right now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He's very entertaining to me. Just don't piss him off,
Right. Which?
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
What are you going to say, Calbert? Which
for them in particular, like they even fought each other during the carnival, like during a happy time when everybody there's smiling, looking for flowers.
Yes.
Like, yes, this is like the best part of the entire episode. You're going to argue when you're throwing flowers because you're not going fast enough?
Yeah.
Go
ahead. Goldberg, number 6.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a homer here. I'm going to go Joel and Garrett. I mean, they have not been impressive the last 2 weeks. So, well, no, just this past week. But they've had a couple horrible legs, and this being one of them. But I mean, you guys are right. Maybe it's just a needle in the haystack type thing, but we're down to what, 7 teams?
We're down to 7. Yeah.
So, I mean, overall, they really haven't been impressive to me.
So, they have a lot of ping pong going on. I mean, they finished 7th, 9th, 2nd, 9th, 3rd, and 7th.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which means they finished what, 7th?
Yeah, 7th.
Yeah, so we're getting a top 3 finish this week from them.
Okay. Yeah, they could easily bounce back.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5, Calbert.
I have Stephen and Lee. It's just a small little difference, and that's just because, they got to the mat a little bit quicker. That's really the only difference. So
I think your ranking's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, right. Even though I honestly thought when they were bickering in the car, I thought Emily was just going to go, get out of the fucking car. You're walking. I really thought it was that close because they're like, well, you don't even know how to apologize correctly.
Right.
Like, I don't know anybody that in an argument would actually say that. But so, yeah, I have to.
Hurls, I haven't seen you root this hard for somebody in quite a few seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's better than Leo.
Now we're just, I was with you for a while. I mean, it's very debatable.
I thank you, Hurls. I really do appreciate that. I try.
Now you sound like Elvis Presley. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. My number 5 team is Joel and Garrett. They should have been 7th, even though it's been 4 weeks since he's wiped his tears with his beard. But yeah, they're 5th place. Could have really been. I could have went either way with Joel and Garrett or Stephen Anley, but I think with the bounce back effect, I'm putting Joel and Garrett at 5. Goldberg.
Yeah, I'm going Stephen Anley here. I can't bump them up any more than 5th. I'm surprised Hurls. Wait, who'd you have 6th, Hurls?
I had Stephen Anley.
Oh wow, this is surprising to me that you're putting a certain team in the top 5. I'm very impressed. But we can move on. Let's keep going.
Well,
I can predict Hurls' next team. I'll tell you that right now.
I could just tell you that Alina and Morgan are about to explode, and Stephen and Lee are about to explode. But Joel and Garrett they got the cooler heads, even though they didn't do well. So that's why I got them at 5.
Yeah, but I know who you're taking next.
Well, we'll find out because Calbert actually goes next.
4, I have Robin and Chelsea. Now I realize that I have tortured this team the entire time and have had them relatively low most of the season. Just because I have them at 4 doesn't mean I think they're going to go that far. It's just a happenstance. It's a week-to-week power ranking. I have them at 4. I had to put them somewhere.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm going to go 4 as well, Robin and Chelsea, because I've never seen a team go from 11th and 11th to then go 5th, 1st, 7th, 8th, 2nd. So I don't have faith in this team, but they have found a niche, I guess, to get lucky. So I'll put them at 4, but I could easily see them going out next leg. So 4 through 7 is kind of tough for me. I think there's a clear cut at the first top 3. Goldberg 4.
So Hurls, you went with Robin and Chelsea there?
I did.
What a shocker.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go Todd and Ashley 4th. And for the reason being, what has been their highest finish?
2 third place victories or 2 third place finishes.
They've spoken like a true loser. What's
No, they have not gotten worse than 5th place.
They've been consistent all
season.
All season.
They have been consistently mid.
They're guaranteed. No, I'm not saying guaranteed anything.
How long can mid last is the question.
Top 3 is not mid.
Mm-mm. Top 3 is
but they only did that twice. They haven't done that every leg.
Well, right.
Let's read. Hurls, read off all their finishes. Go ahead.
All right. 5th, 4th, 3rd, 5th, 3rd.
Mid. Sounds mid to me.
Not out of 13 teams. That's
pretty freaking
No,
shit.
well, we don't have, but now we're talking about the top 4 though.
Hey, all you got to do is make the final 3. And they did.
You're telling me. I mean, I got Joel and Garrett, to tell me so.
That's right.
All right, I'm going Todd. Anywho, I'm going Todd and Ashley 4th.
I disagree with that, but okay. Goldberg or Calbert, number 3. Who do you got at 3?
Well, it's okay. Goldberg, do you want to guess my 3rd?
3 left. You got Robin, Corey. You got John and Greg and Todd and Ashley. Oh, Todd and Ashley. There's no doubt.
Very good. Wasn't hard.
I mean, well, I have to be a fool to not guess that.
Well, it wasn't hard because I've been consistent with this team the entire season. I'll give them credit by them changing detours so quickly. that's why they are where they're at this week. They're third. They've been consistent the entire time. Hurls just read the list of finishes for them. I like this team more than Goldberg does, but I think this team's starting to grow on Goldberg, much like Robin and Chelsea. So I have Todd and Ashley at 3. So
Okay. I also have Todd and Ashley at 3. I could have went 2, but we will go 3. I not sure I liked them helping out Robin Corey, but hopefully there's some good karma coming their way with helping them out. But I like where they're sitting right now. I think they're hitting a stride. I think Ashley's starting to come around on me a little bit, even though she couldn't do the soccer challenge and she gave the answer away, but that's okay. It's all right. I think they're coming around. Goldberg, number 3.
Yeah, this is where I draw the line for Robin and Chelsea. I mean, I'm really rooting hard for this team, and they've impressed me the last few weeks, but draw the line at 3. I'll put Robin and Chelsea at 3.
Calbert, number 2.
2, I have Robin Corey. They're consistent. Like I get your reasoning for kind of being a little disappointed in Ashley helping out Rob, but I mean, like she was literally getting the clue just as he was trying to put out. So like, I didn't think it was. I'm not saying it's like earth shattering, but they've been consistent as well. They've only had one really bad leg, so I have Robin Corey at 2.
Yeah, I got Robin Corey at 2 as well. They were the only team to do the soccer challenge, so that was pretty impressive. But I don't know. Like some challenges they do struggle with, but then other challenges they get it like right away. So as weird as it is by me putting them at 2, I don't think they can win. I don't see them being able to win this thing. I could be wrong, but they don't seem like. I feel like Todd and Ashley has a better chance to win it than Rob and Corey do. Even though Rob and Corey barely have a better resume. They've gotten more second place finishes, and Todd and Ashley have not had a second place. But Rob and Corey had a 6th place finish, and Todd and Ashley have not had anything worse than 5th. So I don't know. That's kind of where I got Rob and Corey. Goldberg 2.
Yeah, I'm going Robin Corey as well. I think to me, like I said, they look like a shoe-in for a top 3, but I can't pick them first.
Yeah. And we all have the same number 1. Calbert. I guess you can just.
It's Greg and John. It's Greg and John until further notice. They can kind of start to mentally scratch their names into the Amazing Race final winner check portion, because that's how good they are. I think they could have even crushed the soccer challenge, the just kick a challenge, if they had to, which they didn't do, but done that and done pretty well with that. So how'd I do? Did I sum that up pretty well for you guys? So
yeah, I think what they seem like they're good at directions.
Yeah,
because they were not first coming out of the plane and getting to the ferry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they got first when they ran to the roadblock, and that's when they kind of took off. Or maybe it was a little after the roadblock. I can't remember where they kind of started to pass teams up, but it might have been the directions from the roadblock to the carnival. But nonetheless, they figured it out pretty quickly. And Robin and Chelsea rode their coattails to a second place finish. So I got to go Greg and John. I don't think they're a dominating team. I think there is some weakness there. They showed it. I think we're going to get a mega leg coming up soon. And who knows how they're going to do. But they are definitely still my number 1, though. They're the most impressive. Goldberg.
Yeah, it's. I agree. You just said Hurls. Obviously, they're Greg and John are the top team right now, but I don't feel like they're a runaway top team. I mean, they don't come off as like a guaranteed winner. However, they are that team that we've been looking for all season, that guy dominant team. I think they're definitely a shoo-in to I mean, without a doubt, to make the top three. I'd say at this point, I'd say they're probably the only team that's a shoo-in. Would you guys agree with that?
It would be interesting to see if they had to race like Robin Corey to the mat. It'd be interesting to see who would actually win that. That'd be kind of interesting to see if it came down to that.
I think they would. I think they would win.
I think they would win too, but I think that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with Goldberg. I think percentage-wise, it's going to be tough for them not to make the final three, unless they have a leg like Andrea Molina,
right?
Which I don't think is going to happen. So they look like they're going to solidify themselves as a top three team for sure.
Right.
I can't see with all the other teams' problems. It just doesn't look like they won't make it.
Right.
So, all right, that's the power rankings for this week. Calbert, why don't you tell us where we're going?
So the name of the episode is called "A Planes, Trains, and Automobiles Day," which is a good movie if you haven't seen it. It's a good movie. Teams visit the country of Slovenia for the first time ever. Racers soar to new heights in glider planes and experience roadblock surprises. Which, if I remember correctly, we also heard about the fact that the Express Passes, there's one more Express Pass, which that I think is this episode as well. If I heard.
Yeah, there's another Express Pass. I did see that.
So
who now in the preview, it showed somebody trying to pass up Rob. It looked like Rob was going up to get the Express, but was it Morgan and Lena?
I think it was more just. I think Corey says to Rob, "It's Greg and John." I think he was just trying to get his attention. Like, hey, they're coming. We got to move. You know.
But didn't somebody say, "Hey, should we try to beat them up the? Do you think we can race him? Do you think we can beat him up the hill?"
Yeah.
I thought it was Lena, but maybe not. I don't know.
So who was I missed the preview. Was there any specific team that they showed struggling? Because they did not show Andrea and Milena last week, if I recall correctly, and they're out. So
correct.
Right.
So that's why the previews really didn't do anything.
Just curious, though.
The negative one, if I had to say one, would have been Steve and Anna Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had the negative because they were bickering again. So but other than that, it really didn't show. It just talked about the Express Pass, and that was really it. And then Steve and Anna Lee bickering.
Right.
So that's pretty much it. But it's interesting they're going to Slovenia for the first time. That's
so real quick question. I know we all pick Morgan and Lena last?
Yes.
So I know we're going power rankings wise. Obviously, we all have them last. But if you had to go out on a limb, who would you? I mean, who would you say? Who would you pick to get eliminated? Not obviously the given of Morgan and Lena. Who do you think? I mean, do you think it's a tough question to ask because we're getting down to just 7 teams now?
Yeah.
So it's a tough question to ask. But do you think there's? I guess the better question is there any team? I guess it would be John and Greg. Do you think there's any other team that's? Would you be shocked if they were eliminated other than John and Greg? I guess they'd be. I'd be pretty surprised if they got eliminated.
Yeah, John and Greg, Rob and Corey too. I think.
Yeah, Rob and Corey. Rob and Corey.
You would be surprised, huh?
Yeah, I'd be surprised by that.
Hmm.
I think to your previous point, I think that there's such separation of those two teams of Rob and Corey and Greg and John that I mean, Todd and Ashley, for at least for my ranking, Todd and Ashley, they can see them over the hill, but Todd and Ashley are, they're just getting up the hill. They go, oh, look, there's 2 teams in front of us. Look how much further we have to go. That's kind of how much separation there is. It's like going up a hill. So I think
I don't think we're going to get elimination this week.
No, I don't think so. Not this week.
And I'll tell you why. They're going to be in Slovenia, first time ever. I think they're going to want to do 2 legs in there.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
that was my thought process. I don't think anybody gets eliminated this week.
Yep.
Plus, if we're kind of to your point of last week, so we're going to be on episode 8. So
correct.
If there are 13 episodes left, so this would be right. So nobody gets eliminated this week. We still have Sweden and Ireland to go.
Yeah.
So as far as countries go, so I don't think you're not going to go to a country that you've never been to before and get eliminated. I don't. I'd be very surprised if somebody gets eliminated this week.
Yeah, I think we got one more like quote unquote non-elimination leg to go. But if I have to pick Goldberg, I think that if I have to go out on a limb, I could see a Robin and Chelsea going out. I could.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But how many weeks ago did we have the non-elim? It wasn't that long ago.
It was week 3.
So 4 episodes ago. I just don't. I mean, I think you're right, Hurls. I think this is the place that if you're going to do the mega leg, you either do it here, or you do it in Ireland.
Yeah.
Sweden, because Sweden, I mean, it's just nothing against them, but it's just another part of the race. So it would make sense to either do it here, because that would be the point of having the express pass. So if we're going back to the previous rules, well, you have to use it within the first 4 legs.
Right.
Okay. So that would put us, if we're just doing the simple math, that would put us at leg 11. Okay, so they're almost, if it hasn't been used at that point, they're almost home, right? So,
yeah. We also saw 4 teams running up that hill.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if Greg and John don't go for the express, or they're so far ahead that they got it and everybody thinks. Because I'd be shocked if Greg and John get it and the other teams don't know about it, that so many would try to go up the hill and try to get it.
I mean, it's hard to tell from the preview. It's to your point though. It's either I'm going off the preview now from what I'm saying. It's either Corey has the express pass in his hand, Rob and Corey have the express pass in their hand, or it's a race for first. So
yeah,
that's my only guess, because in the back of my head, my dark horse to get the express pass would be Steve and Anna Lee, even though it wouldn't shock me if they got eliminated from if there's an elimination this week. It wouldn't shock me if they got eliminated, but it would make sense because of they got U-turned, so during the blind U-turn. So okay, well, cool, we got the express pass, we have an advantage now. So that's.
Well, Todd and Ashley are running up the hill too in the preview, so they're it at least shows that they're trying to go for it as well. So
right.
I don't know. Goldberg, you got another question?
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna pass it to you guys. And Hurls, you got one? Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, not really a question, but I do got some news to just present after we're done with this, but
yes. Let's do that.
okay, let's just go to the news. So first thing, we already got the premiere date for Amazing Race 36. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Calbert, you'll be back in this in no time.
No time at all.
Yep. So
In the meantime, my team, bandwagoners, currently.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say Amazing Race 36 is coming March 13th, 2024. So you're good there.
Yep.
And
Calbert, who are you rooting for?
Oh, I'm ready for Todd and Ashley.
I'll talk
for
to you guys later.
Yeah, for this, yeah, Todd and Ashley. Which, by the way, the 90-minute episodes will also continue.
yeah, oh, that's good. That is good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're getting 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we get a lot more content now. Like we get to see more of the stuff they do instead of them just like editing so quickly and not being able to show everything.
Right.
What? And then Goldberg. Let's also talk about that Amazing Race is taking applications right now, correct?
Absolutely.
You saw that?
I'm all in. I am going to go buy my costume tomorrow. The question is, which one of you wants to be my partner?
You really think that's going to work? I don't think that's going to work. I think we got to.
Well, I'll come up with something. If you don't like that, I'll come up with something else.
Okay. We'll have to
in the holster.
We'll have to discuss this. And in the order of keeping things short for the Tar Historian, we are going to end this podcast.
Forget Tar Historian. Calbert, would you try out for Amazing Race? Would you have any interest in being on the show?
Probably. Not for season 36, but probably. It
would be 30. It would be 37, correct?
37, 38. One of the or I mean, because chances are good. Like I was thinking in my head, like 40 would be a big one. A lot of people would apply for that. But yeah, 37, 38, sure. I'm just checking our time here. Let's see here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Any final comments?
No, it should be. I'm interested to see with what Sylvania has to offer. It's gonna be interesting to see with a new country. So
good run for Todd and Ashley. They're out this week.
So
eventually I'll be right unless they fucking end up winning the whole thing.
So Goldberg thinks the team gets eliminated this week, and Hurls and I not. Okay, interesting. All right.
Well, it looks like they're going flying, right? They're in a plane.
Yeah, with the glider planes. Yeah.
So it looks like Joel, maybe Garrett's having a fun time in the plane. So I did see that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I can guarantee you, Joel and Garrett ain't getting the express because you got to run up a long hill, and they ain't doing that. That's for sure.
True.
So, all right. We will be back. We'll see you for episode 8. Peace.
Have a good night.